and that's Glaive being banned as well. And immediately Lyra picked up. Lyra, really strong healer, probably better healer than Grace in terms of heal itself, but maybe not a stronger engaged hero. Lyra can obviously Arcane Passage in, but Grace has so much range on her Benediction once it hits level 8 that's a really good engaged tool. And I think Lyra is just generally stronger and counters many more of the better heroes with that Bright Bulwark just shutting down, especially someone like an Idris. And then they do counter that with first pick Kestrel. So we saw Kestrel in the first game go weapon and pretty much just destroy whoever she went up against, be it Darjo, be it Celeste. Kestrel would just destroy any of them if she got in range. So they're probably going to ban Catherine now, or maybe want to pick Catherine themselves. Catherine, the main Kestrel counter with that Storm Gun to reflect damage. So that makes sense. They're going to actually ban Vox, so they probably don't want to go Idris because it's against the Lyra. So they don't want to go Idris into Vox, so they're just going to ban Vox. And it's likely to be a Catherine ban here.
Yeah, I also think that the reason why they went for a first pick Kestrel is that there's so much synergy with a Kestrel and Lyra if you allow it to actually pass through on the second rotation of picks. So maybe just, getting that for yourself and setting up something as well on the side. So it's like a double whammy here for, I believe this is, who's on the team B again? I think this
is Infamous. Elite
yeah,
8
Infamous.
Team A. Infamous probably going to pick up Arden or a captain similar to that here. Arden obviously is countered by Lyra really well if Lyra times her Bright Bulwark correctly, but they're actually going to go straight in for the carry. They're going to go Weapon Pack Astral and they're going to pick the Samuel, so they're locking in their composition. They think, okay, we think you can't counter us, we're just going to pick our comfort picks. We're going to go Kestrel, we're going to go Samuel. There are good counters. I think Alpha would work really well here. Alpha's not picked a lot. Anyone who could dive in really is good at getting on top of Kestrel, getting on top of Samuel. And they could go Idris themselves. Idris is quite good, not great into Kestrel. Kestrel is one of the best ranged heroes to counter Idris. I don't think they should go range. They shouldn't go Celeste or Scarf and try and outpoke, because it's going to be really hard to do. They're going to go for the Idris. They're going to go for dive. I really think they're going to go Celeste as well. Idris Celeste just doesn't synergize well together really at all. Celeste all about poke, Idris all about dive. And so you're going to try and outpoke the Samuel, Celeste, which is hard to do. It's going to be, again, a skill matchup. We saw Samuel against Celeste as pretty even in the first game of the day.
Yeah.
And Idris Kestrel, again, is just going to dive in and do what he can. I think Arden makes sense as a captain. They could try and go Adagio, maybe go for their own heal. But I don't think they're going to go for anything really off meta. Just going to pick up a standard captain. Maybe a Batiste. Batiste would work really well against Idris.
I think the other reason why, even though both of us are, you said that it's not going to be a good synergy here with Idris and the Celeste. Is just that like both teams, with I believe Spaghetti for Infamous and an official Hein for Elite 8, just are ridiculously good Celeste players. So it's like either more of a confidence play rather than I guess more of like the synergy for the comps. And then there you go. There's going to be the Arden for Infamous.
Yeah, we see a lot of emphasis on comfort picks in Southeast Asia as opposed to counter picks. Yeah. Idris is a really good counter pick, and I'm sure it is a comfort pick because everyone knows how to play Idris at the moment. And yeah, Celeste just, if you can play Celeste well, then she's really hard to counter because she can just outrange you. Unless you have really good dive, no one has good dive there except maybe the Arden with a double gauntlet can really trap Celeste in between two walls if she hasn't got a block. And it's going to be hard to poke out the Celeste because she is so comfortable. And there is always a Lyra to just get you out. Lyra can always Arcane Passage out of one of the gauntlets. So if Celeste is stuck inside, not maybe on the edge, maybe stuck inside the gauntlet, Lyra can give her an Arcane Passage as an easy way out of that gauntlet. But obviously there will probably be an Echo on Arden, maybe for one on Lyra as well. So that's likely to try and counter that Arcane Passage.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we are waiting to go into the fold, it is game 1 in this best of 3 series for our second matchup here for Vainglory 8 Southeast Asia Summer Split 1. And, well, it's going to be again
Final
Elite
week.
8. Yeah, final week. Elite 8 versus Infamous. And this is the day or the 2 days that you have to go all out to be the top team or, get left behind what I think happened right now with Enix Silverboom and Chow 7. Even though Chow 7 did get at one point, it's still not enough. And what happens again, Mini, when they actually are the bottom teams here for our tournament?
The bottom 3 teams are after the end of today and tomorrow. Teams with the fewest number of points will face against the top 3 teams from the Challenger Series, and in a challenge battles. And whoever wins those challenge battles will be in the Vainglory 8 split 2 coming up in a couple of weeks. So if you come in the bottom 3 and then lose those challenge battles, you'll be out with the Vainglory 8 completely. You have to win your way through Challenger Series just like any other team would. So it's really important that you get to that 4th spot. Enix still definitely have a chance to get out of that, and so we're going to have to play well. They still have a possibility to do so. If they happen to win this week, they still can get out of the bottom 3. But we are now into the game. Looks like both teams are going to start very defensively. Makes sense. Uni with a really strong level 2 power spike, not a level 1 power spike, and Celeste just wants to farm. She will just farm as well as she can. But she's going to have a lot of trouble. I reckon Uni will invade quite early on.
Yeah, you do have that Drifting Dark for just really good chase potential, or actually poke potential with the Malice and Verdict combo. SNK will be the laning Arden for the meantime, and Spaghetti's going to be rotating with his Kestrel. I mean, I really like Spaghetti more on the Celeste, but Kestrel isn't too bad. I believe he played this like once or twice last week, and he still made some impact with it, although E8 looking to actually invade Uni. And were they able to steal? Wasn't able to steal.
Rotating. They got one of the fronts. I think Anime Sabi actually picked that one up. But that's good. I think Idris is going to have to rotate down to keep Celeste not lose the jungle. And obviously he wants to get his lane. There was actually Minion Candy was used because they knew Kestrel would take the backs. So they wanted to push the wave really quickly, which is a smart idea. Now Official Hind can rotate up to lane, but going straight towards his home, making sure he can get his jungle before Samuel comes to try and invade, try and steal some, or try and get a kill.
Yes, it's very important in terms of timing here for Elite 8 to not allow the Samuel to bleed inside or dip inside their own jungle to stop the Celeste from getting that really important level 8. You don't want the Arden to actually get level 6 before, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen, although the least likely that it does, it's going to be very detrimental for Elite 8.
Yeah, definitely, and I think Idris is actually taking a lot of jungle with Celeste, and Hunyang is really making sure Official Hind isn't bullied out of the jungle, but by doing that, he's kind of making himself lose out in lane. Minion Candy by SNK on those minions. Falling. He's going to be able to get away. He's Lyra, and Ninja's now going to try and farm inside the turret, but he only just wants turrets. That's all he sees. He doesn't see kills, he sees turrets, and Jaeger's farming as best he can. A lovely call for that.
Get stunned, and Spaghetti! One more hit, and you said this last game, one breath might actually be enough to actually kill Spaghetti right there. On the left.
Look at him funny and he'll fall over.
Look at him funny and he'll fall over. And one mean stare and he's done for it.
Yeah. And Hunyang has now picked up Heavy Steel along with that weapon later. He has a really good farm clear compared to what he was before. But again, Hunyang's rotating with Celeste, making sure that if actually I think he stole those 2 minions away. Making sure that if Samuel invades, Idris is there to fight 2v1 or 2v2, depending on if SNK is there. And so it's really smart. But obviously, Celeste will hit level 8 a lot later because Hunyang is sharing the farm, but it means she won't lose the jungle. And there's going to be a nice bundle to stop that engage from Uni. And Hunyang is going to try and get a couple of minions under turret. Probably will get one of them.
Spaghetti has been connecting a lot of really good shots onto Han Jaeger's here. He's got to be careful with his Idris. Although, like you said, there is the Lyra. They'll be able to get him topped off with the Imperial Sigil. And now Official Hind, as he waits for his jungle camp to respawn, he's going to be holding hands with his teammate, maybe to look for a fight here, but not really. Both teams don't really want to go for that just yet. And jungle has intensified.
Celeste has actually out-leveled Uni just before there. Celeste was level 5, Uni was level 4. It's a good wave push by Idris, and SNK is going to try and stop the minions going out the turret, so he'll take a lot of poke from that. Again, he will manage to get all his minions there. Uni going just to go back to his backs, while again, Hunyega's rotating down with Celeste, keeping her nice and alive until that level 8 power spike when Celeste can really hold her own in the jungle. But at the moment, she needs to be cared for, she needs to be loved, and she needs to stay alive.
SNK face checking the brush, but well, he does have that Vanguard to keep him, to have at least the shield to, you know, just absorb damage. And well, Uni as well as Spaghetti with that Malice and Verdict and the Glimmer shots just connecting really well onto E8. They're actually feeding on it like Skittles, and it's like, you know, poison Skittles, taking damage.
Yeah, we're actually seeing a lot of minion candy from both teams. SAK's got 2 in his pocket, and there was 1 just used by Lyra. So it's interesting to see that both teams want to push the wave with their minion candy. It basically stops. There's a solar storm from Celeste, basically getting killed somewhat. Hunyega's go for it. Good drifting dart from Samuel.
Oh, the stun connecting onto SNK. I believe that was the core collapse. And well, again, for the meantime, even though there are level 6 for Uni as well as Official Hind, that's not the ultimates that they want for the engage. It's more of like for follow-up. Maybe the Oblivion could be an engage, but still, you'd want the solidity of that gauntlet rather than the Oblivion.
Yeah, you don't want to wait for SNK to hit his level 6, and you could dive in onto the Celeste.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, both junglers juggling together, both captains just fighting out in the lane, securing last hits for their respective laners. And that's going to be rotating up to lane. Official Hind level 7, doing well. Probably going to hit level 8 just before Uni. You need level 6 at the moment. And there might be a fight minion candy used by
Drifting Dart.
Lyra.
Defensive Bulwark there to come out from Anime Save Me. That's going to stop a little bit Infamous from going greedy. Active Camel from Spaghetti, but there is the Shroud Step by Hunyega's. And this is just, well, fancy footwork from both teams. Infamous will be going for the push just now. Official Hind not yet level 8 with his Celeste, so the poke really isn't that deadly just yet, but he's put down a lot of Heliogenesis right here, and that's going to be the Shiver Strike onto Spaghetti. He has to be very careful. He gets the heal as well. Solar Storm from Official Hind, but it's not going to be enough as well. And Hunyega's here in the silence was actually taken out, and Spaghetti, you saw the one-shot, one kill. Didn't get the execution, but still, they're chasing them down. SNK, does he have that level 6? He is almost about to get it, but he doesn't need to. And that's gonna be a delayed ace once, or rather for the first time here, by Infamous. And they started off really strong.
First 3 kills, all going over to Infamous. That was Hunyega's diving into Spaghetti well, but he used his block a little bit too early. And then the Oblivion came down from Samuel and actually select Idris, and then if Idris is asleep, you're just going to burst him down really quickly. This will be a turret going over at Infamous, but he just wants to get some kills. He's going to be able to get away. That was SNK and Spaghetti all really low, and Official Hind didn't have the energy, so it wasn't great target focus from Elite 8. Official Hind hit the Solar Storm onto Uni, didn't get Spaghetti, and then Hunyega's dive Spaghetti. But as long as get a return turret, Spaghetti's going to try and do what he can, but I doubt he will actually be able to stop it. There weren't enough minions. Good wave clear, and he's now back after the shot, so he's going to be
my goodness.
To go in.
Look at that. He is just solo manhandling his opponents. One shot, one kill to come out, as well as the Solar Storm. So, you know, the global ultimate's coming out, but not really dealing that execution damage. It's more of just like poke from far away. But my goodness, Uni, the one-man squad, drifting Dart into the Mouse and Verdict, just poking away, literally, Elite 8.
Yeah, Official Hind has now got the level 8, which is such an important power spike for the Celeste. She didn't lose any of her jungle, but they did kind of lose the lane battle. Spaghetti is currently 12 CS ahead of Hunyega's because Hunyega's had to jungle with Celeste, had to stop her dying. He couldn't get as much of his lane as he wanted to. The Spaghetti is ahead, and there looks like there might be another fight in lane actually. Hunyega's just going to poke. Sorry, Official Hind's going to poke. Hunyega's going to wait for his point to dive in. Once Official Hind has got that poke down.
SNK's already level 6, so the gauntlet is up. Hunyega's, or rather Official Hind, is actually level 8, does have Frost Burn, and he's got to be careful here. He might actually get caught out by Uni, but well, Uni won't capitalize just yet. 15 seconds out of his Oblivion. And there is the gauntlet up for SNK. Oh, he is just ready to unleash that ultimate. Look at how low E8 is. Enemy Save Me, even though he does have the Lyre, has to be very careful here because look at the damage just coming in. Solar Storm from the sidelines, but that doesn't really do anything here for E8. The gauntlet comes out from the Arden And there is the Shimmer Strike, but no follow-up whatsoever from E8 as they were very afraid of what Infamous can actually do if they go in a little bit too over-aggressive, and that's going to be the case right here. SNK will be trying to dive down onto Anime Save Me, but he doesn't have enough energy to block it, or doesn't have any follow-up from Spaghetti as well as Uni. And Infamous here might be looking to break down this turret, but won't do so. But my goodness, look at Infamous.
They're going to go for the backs away from Vision Pipe. They're going to go for the Sentry. Spaghetti and Uni can actually poke that out quite far, but no, they're going to back off. That's smart. They've decided that they're not going to all go for the Sentry because they'd probably just die, give away a turret, maybe give away a gold mine as well at this point, and it's not worth the 150 gold you get for one of your carries for taking the Sentry to let all these objectives go over. And they're going to contest this gold mine. Elite 8 thought that Infamous had backed off, but they hadn't.
Well, they're just showing how strong they are right now. There is no SNK, so this gold miner is still up for grabs by anyone. Look at the damage there. Hunt Jaegers is so low. If that one shot one kill was a little bit to the side, well, it literally would have gotten himself a kill. And even though, yeah,
the gold mine was secured by Spaghetti on Kestrel. A second time we've seen Kestrel manage to secure a gold mine today, just with the basic attack, with just the Glimmer Shot. There's so much burst, there's same field, Soul Blade double tyrants on Kestrel. The Glimmer Shot damage is so immense that there's not a lot you can do against it to stop Kestrel securing the gold mine. Because if you try to body block, you're just going to die because you take so much damage.
That's true.
Shots, and so you have to let her try and steal it, and you just have to try and secure it yourself. But not quite able. It's about a 5k gold lead for Infamous. They'll be happy with that. Just looking to take another good team fight. This is the problem with the comps from Elite 8 is Idris dives in, Celeste is trying to poke. Celeste was out of energy because she only has a void battery at the moment. And then once Idris dives in, Spaghetti and you just back off, run away from Celeste. Idris is too far away from Lyra, too far away from Celeste. Can't get the kill because he's 2v1, and he's against the Kestrel. There's so much burst damage that Jaegers is going to fall very quickly, and Celeste isn't there because she can't dive in as well as Idris can. So that's the problem with the one dive, one poke here. That
it's not really a graceful way to scale up because Hunt Jaegers has nothing to rely on other than him just going solo man mode. And there might be an engagement here in the lane. Look at the damage from Spaghetti. Defensive bulwark does come out from Anime Save Me, and he will be using a lot of Imperial Sigils just for the heal. I think he used a fountain as well to keep his teammates top, but my goodness, Spaghetti is just twirling his opponents, pun intended, as they break down the turret in the lane. E8 will be trying to force themselves out, but it's just, Infamous backing away.
Yeah, that was well played from Lyra, keeping her teammates alive, using the Imperial Sigil and fountains to make sure. And there we see Hunt Jaegers' third item is a full metal jacket on Spaghetti's Kestrel. Because Hunt Jaegers just fell like almost immediately to the Glimmer Shots from Kestrel. It's so much damage that Weapon Power Kestrel has got if you land those Glimmer Shot basic attacks on the squishy heroes. Obviously, Official Hide can outpoke Kestrel, can do that quite well on Celeste. Hunt Jaegers can't. Obviously, you can try a Shackram, and that will be okay at poking Kestrel down, but he just has to dive in. So he has to try and survive those Glimmer Shots, and just hope Kestrel hasn't got defense on him. So those two damage items will be enough to burn Kestrel out.
Drifting Dark from the silence there by Uni, still 15 seconds away from his Oblivion, but here is the fight commencing. They spawn out the one, but Spaghetti still survives. Active's Camels to the sideline, and he got juked for days. I mean, that was official. Rather, Hunt Jaegers trying to go for the dive, but he got juked, man, with the Active Camo. Enemy Save Me, all he can do is just read his book and find a way from his scriptures to beat Infamous in the battles.
Yeah, that was a good arcane passage from Lyra to get the 8 in, but then Spaghetti could just run away, get an active camo trap down, use the gauntlet from SNK to reposition outside that, and then once Spaghetti was invisible again, he could just obviously had another active camo trap. He just didn't know what to do. He didn't know where Kestrel was, couldn't dive on top of her, and then even though he just got a full metal jacket on Kestrel, he's still going to die if he gets stuck in an active camo trap because that's just so much damage, and then you're stunned in place. So that's an easy couple of Glimmer Shots from Kestrel.
Man, I'm just like, how can E8 get back into this? They can maybe go for an aggressive play with the Arcane Passage like we've seen so many times, but the thing is, they're lacking damage. Even though Celeste does have a good amount of poke, that's all she can do. She can poke and maybe set up for burst with the Heliogenesis Supernova, but then she has to set it up. She can't do it as fast as what Spaghetti can with the Glimmer Shots and auto attacks. And then Uni just deals basically the same thing with his Malice and Verdict. So it's kind of like an awkward situation here for EA to find that opening for them, because Infamous have definitely like the rock against the scissors of E8.
Yeah, definitely. I think Jaegers needs to dive onto Kestrel as he's doing, but he needs to coordinate with Anime Save Me that when he dives Kestrel, Anime Save Me just pop a flare immediately onto Kestrel, so that when she goes invisible, she'll put an anti-camera trap down, you'll know where it is, and you'll be able to still see Kestrel, basic attack her, get her out of her invisibility, and then you can burst it out if she hasn't got an active camera trap available. So that is the only way that Elite can really win this, is if obviously if Infamous allow Official Hide to outpoke Uni, then they could win it there. They could win the poke war and just use Idris to secure a kill, but that's unlikely to happen against a Kestrel and a Sandwich. So they're just going to have to dive in onto Spaghetti and then put a flare down so that Hood Jaegers knows exactly where Spaghetti is.
Yeah. Right now, Spaghetti's mom is going to be very proud of his son. Her son. Oh man, I just gotta put it out there. Kraken is
Spaghetti's mom.
But yeah, going back into the game, the Kraken is up. E8 are definitely looking to just thwart Infamous if they want to go aggressive into, well, that one. There it is, the aggressive Arcane Passage. They're trying to force Hun Jaegers onto this Kestrel, and they might be able to get it, but no. He was actually stunned, I believe, as he tries to get out from the gauntlet. So he forced himself really heavily into that one. E8, like you said, did your suggestion, but they didn't have enough damage. The Vanguard was too good. That was just a huge amount of shield.
They dived the Kestrel underneath the Kestrel's turret, so it's just obviously going to take a lot of damage from that turret.
Yeah,
and also, it just used the Shimmer Strike to get on top of Kestrel, which is smart. If Kestrel tries to go out to camo, and you already Shimmer Strike to top of her, then you're going to know exactly where she is, because you're inside Kestrel, so you know where she is. But then Kestrel stood on the edge of the gauntlet, so no matter which direction Idris jumped away, and that's Official Hide, just dare not quite. It's gonna die. That was getting just so much damage onto Celeste. Obviously Celeste was trying to steal the Kraken away, and Anime Safety is gonna fall. That's not where you want to rely on Pure Sigil.
Oh, he got the Arcane Passage as well. We won't be able to. Oh, will it? Enemy save me.
No,
going board the. Oh, he actually dodges the Malice and Verdict. But yeah, I mean he was just out of position.
For Infamous, because yeah, he tried to steal the Kraken with Official Hide. Once Official Hide fell, he should have just run away, and that's going to be game going to Infamous. They don't even need the Kraken; they just got the aid.
I mean,
he bought that bone store so that if Idris's full metal jacket just wasn't enough, because it just got shredded through with that bone saw. Spaghetti played this Kestrel superbly well, and I'd be surprised if Elite 8 don't ban Kestrel, maybe first ban this game, because we saw it first picked and they tried to counter it as well as they could, and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even though without the Kraken, they just left him. They're a Kraken of their own, man. And I have another pun.
Go on, go for it.
Yes, I can go for it. Thank you.